Hi! Okay, let's get right to the chase. Once upon a time, about 25 years ago, there was a Sonic. Amazing! Sonic then broke records for both amazing and mediocre games, and Sonic 06 games. But despite the inconsistency of Sonic's life so far, there is some consistency lying in him being both notorious and famous, or at the very least, infamous. Yes, everyone knows who this guy is, and if you don't, why did you even click on this video? Now, like I said, he's not really in the hot spot of his career. Sonic games of late have ranged from underwhelming to terrible, according to public opinion. Now, as an educated estimator and optimist, I'm sure he'll have some great games coming soon, if not the best. Or the worst, how should I know? I swear, if I get anyone in the comments saying that I'm wrong for not knowing that the next Sonic game will be perfect, then all I have to say to you is you better have a time machine to jump ahead and check. And if you have a time machine, also tell me if Spyro ever makes a return. I really miss that guy. Oh, and don't worry, old pal. This video on you is coming soon, okay? Sony may have forgotten you and degraded you by not featuring you in PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, but don't worry. You may no longer be around to defend yourself, but I got you covered. Yeah, sidetracked again. Why can't I get through a video without thinking up 5 more videos that I want to make? Anyway, there's no telling what the future holds for Sonic, and at the moment, there's no arguing that Sonic has seen better days. Yet one thing still not only stands in the name of Sonic, but continues to grow and thrive to this day, and that is the Sonic fandom. You click this video, you must know what I'm talking about, and what this meme of a following is. But if you're giving me the privilege of being the first to tell you of the Sonic fandom, then bless you, friend. I shall not let you down. The Sonic fandom is the representative for all fandoms. It contains every aspect and personality that any and all other fandoms have. To put that into less poetic explanation, this fandom is the founding father of fandoms. That's a lot of F's in that sentence. You think My Little Pony has the most fan characters? Sonic pretty much founded those and has even had programs specifically for making fan characters for almost as long as the internet has been mainstream. You think Adventure Time fan art is super common since it's easy to draw? You'll find it's hard to discover a series with more art templates than Sonic, and you'll find some of the most gorgeous fan art of all time, and it all probably takes up about 60% of DeviantArt. You think the furries are the strangest obsessions? Sonic is the biggest franchise to star anthropomorphic characters, well, as far as I know. And it's almost safe to say that Sonic is responsible for around 70% of the furry fandom. Fanfics? I don't even think I have to say how easy it is for Sonic fans to make those. The Sonic universe has normal human characters galore, so putting yourself in a novel with Sonic and his pals is far too easy. And this probably is the other 40% of DeviantArt. Cosplay? Nah, not gonna go there. The Sonic fandom is home to pretty much every form of expression used to show how much a person can love something. Anyone can make a video talking about this fandom, but what of me? Why have I given you this description of internet culture, and what am I doing with it? That is a good question. I just complimented myself. Anyway, this video is going deeper than most people would go when discussing this fandom, and I'm here for 2 main reasons. The first point of this video is to dive into the history and dissect just how this fandom got the way it is. What game or cartoon may have started the countless fan characters, and why is this series, that really isn't as well off as a series like Mario, that of which has been around for much longer, why is this series, Sonic the Hedgehog, still so notorious in terms of fandom? The second point of this video is that I've been making fun of this fandom in my videos for a long time, and sure, I've hinted at my opinions of it a little here and there, but the internet is very assumptuous and likes to judge fandoms from the outside, basically thinking that everything is either good or bad or black or white, no color or contrast. They are colorblind for the most part. You may think the internet will never change, that these colorblind opinions are just the way things will be, but to you I say, you're actually probably right, but at least I can throw my 2 cents in there. Plus, you know what else sees in black and white? Dogs. Do you want to be called internet dogs for having black and white opinions? If you're a furry, don't answer that. Also, I love dogs. I take back that statement. Anyway, we'll be looking at the good, the bad, and judge accordingly.
And as a piece of fan art myself, and because I have a business suit, I shall represent the fandom today. It's kind of fitting because, from the outside, I'm just a very cringy character in these videos, but on the inside, if you get to know me, I'm actually very lovable.
So I think it would be good to start at sonicfanhub.com, also known as DeviantArt. Not sure why that music played while the camera zoomed, I actually love DeviantArt. Behold, DeviantArt. From the creators of Pop-Tart. Let's just see what we get. Here, this is Sonic. He is a white pygmy hedgehog. He is awesome. Please like plus faith. Best OC ever. I agree. I very much agree. You gotta go fast, eh, buddy? Alright. Yeah, honestly, a lot of this is pretty darn good. Okay, starting to get into some of the weird stuff here. You want to dance with me? No, Sonic. Making a gosh darn video right now. Leave me alone. Amy and Sonic TK fight. You know, isn't... Yep, Team Caliber. Okay, so Amy and Sonic Team Caliber fight. I guess they're both members of Team Caliber, which is a Call of Duty team, so I guess they're gonna 1v1 at Rust or something. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh yes. I think this is where things get... astray, should I say? Alright, tell me somebody gets that. I like that, that's funny. What is this? Why is it... Are you... Okay, no. Oh wow. Oh wow. Some of this is really good. Just amazing. Best fan art I've ever seen from anything. It just keeps getting better. Okay, how did we get here? How did it come to this? Oh wow. Alright, now I'm starting to get, like, envious. Yes. The dream is real.
These clips are slanderous against the not very good name of our fandom. I am suing.
As Cardboard, you don't have human rights.
As a non-human, I feel discriminated against. I am suing.
Now, I actually began my internet days on DeviantArt almost 5 years before YouTube. Now, it wasn't until just as I started my channel that I ever made Sonic fan art, and I mostly drew Star Fox and Spyro before that. So I don't really count as an example of a Sonic deviant artist, but I was not only very learned in the community, but also knew plenty of fan artists, and people who made fan characters and fanfics and so on. So I'm sure you're asking, what were these so-called stereotypical Sonic fans and fan artists like? What does it feel like to mingle among the community that created things like this? Or this? Or this. To be honest, I have no idea what those cringier people are like because I never met or found one. Yeah, despite countless hours of browsing users, art, and fan groups as a kid, I found literally none of the so-called stereotypical cringy Sonic fans. Why? Well, unlike most of the internet who looks into the fandom, I didn't just Google cringy Sonic fans. I began on the website naturally, and I actually came across very little of the sort of thing that people would call cringy. Sure, it's there, but trends, memes, and internet people in general like to make it seem like it's an unavoidable situation. As if the fandom reaches everywhere and nobody is safe from the cringe, but for the most part, people believe that because that's what we see. Most people who judge the fandom are looking at it from the outside view, and on the outside you don't see the friendly community or really well done art. That's not really that interesting to people. You see the cringy fanfics, the unoriginal original characters, and the mentally insane psychopath fans. That's just how the internet is. As someone who spent much of his time there, I can say, yeah, there's bad fan art, cringy fan art, heck, even some straight up disgusting fan art. They exist, as we all know, but my time on DeviantArt was fairly pleasant. I was surrounded by nice people, I found lots of cool artists, overall, it was cool. Unless you search for the cringe, in which case you will find the well-known yet less majority. So on the inside, the cringe is actually, well, it's still there, but it's a lot more tolerable than people would have you believe, depending on your level of tolerance. But despite its exaggeration, it definitely is still there, and it's time to dive into just why. How did it all start? Why is there so much on the internet that me personally, I cannot even believe that a human could think up, or like, or unhealthily obsess over?
As a non-human, I feel discriminated against. I am suing.
Do you want to be put in a category with people who made this?
Okay, fine. Just don't put any fan art of me in this video, or I'll copyright claim it. And then I'll sue you.
Anyway, when you really think of how Sonic has been around for 25 years, the gradual process of falling into insanity can make quite a bit more sense. Nonsense, that was the word I was looking for. Now let's think about what part of Sonic's lifetime would have spawned these odd or obsessive ideas, starting from the beginning. So first you have to understand why these people love the series. Most of the fans who are seen as cringe, embarrassing, most of them are in it for the universe and the characters, not the gameplay. They love the characters, the style, the lore, the talking hedgehog part of the series. That doesn't say they don't like the gameplay, but for the most part, that's the lesser amount of what they like. So honestly, no matter how creative you may be, you need to have something to work with when you're a fan of something. You can't just make fanfics with one character and a simple hero-villain story like we got in the first Sonic game. I mean, you could, but there's no fuel there, no personality, so odds are the fandom's crazy side didn't start with Sonic 1. As the games went on, we started to get a bit more personality-based. Tails and Knuckles came along, and at this point I would bet that people started thinking up backstories, since there was a solid amount of mystery around Knuckles and Tails. Now that's something, but even a bit later, in 1993, we got Sonic Sat-Am. This show, which I've talked about plenty in the video in the description. Like and subscribe today! This epic cartoon added tons of personality and characters who, although mostly aren't in the games, also spawned a comic series. This show had a lot of things that obsessed Sonic fans can thrive on. An exciting story, lots of character development, love plots, even some drama. Now this honestly was probably where things started to gain momentum in terms of fandom, but that wasn't enough for Sega. Only 12 days later they launched another Sonic cartoon, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which was, well, not that great. My thoughts on that are also in a video in the description. Share it on Twitter. I have no shame. This show was kinda where I think the creepy side of the fandom spawned, or the fetishy side, I guess you could say. This cartoon only had 2 characters for the most part, but it had lots of weird fetishy aspects, such as foot tickling, characters getting fat, a bunch of other stuff that I talk more about in my video. This show wasn't that popular, but I think I could see how it could start sparking some of the weirder ideas that the fandom had, or at least draw in people who already had weird ideas. Now this too would explain some things, but even that wasn't enough for Sega. Only 5 days later, we got Sonic CD. My thoughts on that are in the video in the description. Wait, I didn't make a video on that. This game added Amy Rose, who was a love plot for the actual canon games. Yes, since we had cartoon series and comics at this point, we also had the introduction of specific canons and/or storylines that actually go in with the official series. So you basically had several universes with different characters in each one, all Sonic characters. This might be where most of the fan theories started and opened up the floodgates for more fanfic possibilities. Now things could be non-canon, so this meant that you could do basically whatever you wanted in terms of stories. You could kill off characters even, and nothing had to be considered something that actually happened in the main Sonic series. At this point, I'm starting to think that Sega was like a mastermind. As if this was all planned out to make the series more popular. It may have all been part of their master plan to create what would become one of the most notorious fandoms of all time. Who knows? From there, we eventually got personality and a new style added to the Sonic games themselves. We got the 3D era with cutscenes, the Sonic X cartoon, Sonic Underground, a movie back in 1999, and a new movie which is actually coming soon. When it's all said and done, Sonic has taken many forms in terms of personality. The early days with less character, the cartoons, the 3D era, and now we have the more comedic style like in Sonic Colors and Sonic Boom. I think it's safe to say that the part of the Sonic fandom that we classify as creepy spawned around 1993 due to the cartoons and comics. But as time went on, the games like Sonic 06 and Sonic X just accelerated that. It was, as I said, most likely a gradual process. Now that's what made the fandom grow into a more personality-based community, and also spawned the embarrassing, creepy side of things. But keep in mind that those are 2 different sides of this, and there are so many good and bad aspects to this long 25-year story of the Sonic fandom. I've said it in the past, with any franchise as popular as Sonic, you have the cringe. And with the cringe, you have the internet stereotyping the entire community as cringe. And when you have a video where I say cringe a million times, you have people unsubscribing. But how do you expect me to make a video like this without saying the word cringe? It's an easy word, people understand it. So I hope this video helped out with a little bit of the stereotyping of the Sonic fandom on the internet. And as for me, I have a lot of opinions on the Sonic games and other Sonic media, and since a lot of my subscribers are here for my Sonic content, I pretty much have a Sonic channel at this point. But in all of that, I'll do my best to represent this community from a critical standpoint for entertainment and not for obsession. Okay, maybe a little obsession.
That's it, I'm suing you. I already said I was a representative of this community.
You were in every video anyway, since I need someone to converse with.
I'm not a side character, I'm a counterpart. I'm suing. Oh gosh. Oh, my voice is sick of talking like this. You know how hard this is, for real? Like, my voice cracks every other day. You wouldn't believe how many takes we have to do for this thing. My voice cracks literally every 5 seconds when I'm trying to do this voice. And you know, it doesn't stinking help. It's like 100 degrees in this room. I can't have a stinking fan on while I'm recording. It's the middle of summer. Well, actually, it's the end of summer. See, I think the heat is getting to my head.
Hey, what is up guys? Peter here. Thanks a ton for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to give it a like to let me know. I upload videos like this almost every day, so go ahead and subscribe if you're into that kind of a thing. If you want to contact me directly or stay up to date with upcoming videos, check out my social medias. The links to those are in the description. Now I leave you with this music from DJ Basebox28, who provides most of the music for my videos. You can check him out in the description or by clicking the annotation to the left. Thanks again for watching, and as always, have yourselves a wonderful